Roasted root vegetables often fall into the trap of being bland, earthy, and predictable, but a single spoonful of harissa can completely rewrite their flavor profile. When you pull a tray of carrots, parsnips, or sweet potatoes from the oven, you are usually looking for that familiar, caramelized sweetness. However, that sweetness can quickly become one note. By introducing harissa, a complex, chili-based paste, you aren't just adding heat, you are engaging in a sophisticated chemical transformation that elevates the humble vegetable into a gourmet experience. To understand why this works, we have to look at the Maillard reaction. This is the fundamental process of browning that occurs when amino acids and sugars in your vegetables are exposed to high heat. It creates those deep, savory, roasted notes that we crave. But the Maillard reaction is only half the story. When you coat your vegetables in harissa before they hit the oven, you are introducing a concentrated matrix of spices, garlic, and oils directly to the surface. As the heat rises, the spices toast in the oil, releasing fat-soluble aromatic compounds that would otherwise remain locked away. This creates a fragrant, spiced crust that acts as a perfect, savory counterpoint to the natural sugars caramelizing underneath. Then there is the science of perception. Harissa contains capsaicin, the compound responsible for the heat in chili peppers. While we often think of heat as something that masks flavor, it actually does the opposite. Capsaicin stimulates the pain receptors on your tongue, which in turn triggers a sensory response that heightens your palate's sensitivity. This makes the inherent sweetness of a roasted carrot or a parsnip pop with much more intensity than it would on its own. You aren't just tasting the vegetable, you are experiencing its flavor in high definition. The role of oil in this process is just as critical. Harissa is rarely a dry spice mix. It is a paste, usually suspended in oil. When you toss your vegetables in this mixture, the oil acts as a high-performance heat conductor. It ensures that every nook and cranny of your chopped vegetables is evenly coated, preventing the dry, scorched spots that often happen when roasting with just a light drizzle of olive oil. Because the spices are suspended in that fat, they don't burn as easily as they would if they were sprinkled on dry. Instead, they infuse the vegetables with a deep, consistent flavor that penetrates the surface as the moisture inside the vegetable evaporates. Finally, we have to address the secret weapon of any great dish: acid. Many traditional harissa recipes include a touch of lemon juice or vinegar. This acidity is the final piece of the puzzle. Roasted root vegetables are heavy, earthy, and dense. Without a bright, acidic contrast, they can feel a bit sluggish on the tongue. The acid in the harissa cuts through that density, providing a sharp, vibrant finish that balances the sugar and the spice. It is the culinary equivalent of turning on the lights in a dark room. When you combine these elements, the Maillard-driven crust, the capsaicin-enhanced sweetness, the oil-mediated spice infusion, and the acidic brightness, you stop treating vegetables as a side dish and start treating them as a centerpiece. The next time you prep your roasting pan, don't reach for the salt and pepper alone. A tablespoon of harissa is the difference between a bowl of cooked roots and a dish that commands attention. It is a simple, scientific upgrade that turns the mundane into something truly memorable, proving that the best kitchen secrets are often the ones that work with the chemistry of the food itself.